A bright and beautiful morning to you. And you know by this time when you see my bright and beautiful face on your screen, that means it's time for Jasiri. Welcome again to the show. I'm Tolulope Adeleru Balogun.
All right, my name is Omotunde Adeboale Davis, sitting pretty with my full hair and all my chocolate gorgeousness. Yes, we're ready to jump in on all the latest tea and to show you that we are very brave.
And sitting here for the second time, I don't think there is a better place to be than with the colorful women of Jasiri. It's the show where we are fearless. My name is Korra Obidi.
Yes. How many of you can say that your producer can also double as a co-host when it comes down to it? Yeah. Catherine Obiang will be back with us. Of course, she had some personal matters to attend to. And I know we're counting down the days till our big prrr is back in the building. None other than our Gen Z ambassador Blessings will be resuming from her vacation. I wanted to really cut it short, but I'm not that type of person. So, you know, rest is good for the spirits, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, ladies, to get the show on the road, because we don't want to waste any time, we have a fantastic guest who's already here standing by for the show. It's always fantastic to hear positive news about the continent and positive news about Nigeria. And whether it comes in any sphere or sector, we're always going to celebrate it. So this morning, we are celebrating none other than award-winning Afrobeats global superstar and Grammy nominee, David O. So the Nigerian multi-music talented producer, singer, whatever you want to call it, sold out the O2 Arena in London yet again.
For the third time.
For the third time.
And breaking record. And it's amazing to see. But you know, Burna Boy likes to refer to himself as the African giant. However, I say Afrobeats to the world.
Honestly.
Afrobeats to the world, because it definitely has opened up the doors wider for many giants to emerge. We've seen the likes of Davido, of course, Rema, Wizkid, Aria Star, Thames, Yemi Alade, and Tenny the Entertainer. I mean, there's a lot of them, right? And they've all whizzed right through the door. So I would like to say shout outs to our superstars who are constantly putting us on the map, because I love to see it.
Honestly, I'm so excited, but I'm wondering, yes, because I have to be like, I have to represent the women. When are we going to see one of our female artists, sell out the O2 Arena? The boys have been doing it, the men have been doing it. I know women were always saying that what they can do, we can do better. It's been a long time coming, honestly. One of them really needs to bail the cat. And we see the work of our entertainment industry, and that means things like our sports, our tech industry, and they're all doing so much to make us proud. And we hope to see a day where our dear politicians, you know, the men controlling the corridors of power or parading the corridors of power, they would make us proud. That would say African politicians are the sanest, least corrupt in the world.
Or at least that they're delivering. Let's even start from delivering on your promises.
Yes, because
delivering on your campaign. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So deliver. Let's see you deliver on something for the people.
Nigerians actually find maintenance culture.
You know?
Even if it's that, our roads are well tarred.
Yes.
We don't have to close Third Mainland Bridge for weeks and make us suffer, you know. All that is happening. Anyway, let's come back to Davido. And of course, I love to see more of, you know, Mrs. Wifey now. Beside her man as she walks, you know, takes her through the door, through the rightful part, taking her space as the #1 madam. Did you see the way Chama was glowing?
I saw the way she was glowing.
Glowing.
Tolu, what's that look for?
What is it?
Tolu has no comments on this because this particular situation is one that I really, really try to stay out of. I try to think if Chioma was my sister, a really good friend, a niece or something, if I would, I would co-sign really this relationship, if I'd really, so they've had their twins, they seem to be mending themselves, they're on the way back, but it's not just about that, so let's leave the Chioma and the Davido situation. So from this whole O2 Arena situation, we saw OB Cubana, who of course we know is a restaurateur, owner of one of some of the most prestigious clubs in Nigeria. He was part of the entourage, but when it came to passing those doors, I think maybe the doors Buki was talking about, he got locked out. It was the look of astonishment on his face.
Like me?
Like, do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? I know Nigerians. Olu, hey!
It was like,
That was epic, honestly. Wow, Tolu.
That was Obi Kubana. That was our chief priest. Chief priest.
Chief priest.
Cubana chief priest. Yes.
No, but that
sometimes mix them up.
Was very epic.
But so
honestly.
you know, I'm very sure he doesn't blame Davido. We all understand these kind of things. Entourage, security, all that stuff.
Sometimes they might just.
But he was surprised.
No,
he was surprised.
Even if I was, as big as I am, being blocked out. But anyway, moving on. That's supposed to make you crack you up, but don't think too much.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke. We mean nothing by it. It could just be an oversight.
Life, I think it's just an oversight. And I'm actually defending him.
I don't want to be locked out, Joe.
Don't take it pee.
Don't take it pee.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're moving on very quickly.
Yes, we are.
Because we have an update on our hot topic yesterday. I'm so excited about this. The JAMB official at the registration center that illegally accessed data to solicit a 15-year-old high schooler has been arrested. The mother, Ify, will be joining us tomorrow for an exclusive. What did I say? Exclusive. So this conversation definitely is not over. But we'll keep the suspense, in the meantime. Okay, let us into what the other updates are,
She needs to look at the crystal ball.
Let me see. Last week we had environmentalist Alex on the show talking about the Lagos ban on styrofoams and single-use plastics, and we asked who's next. Well, it seems Abia State has taken up the baton, and since the federal government hinted Nigerians should prepare for a ban at the national level, we knew it was only a matter of time. But we can see that the ban is slowly trickling down to other states as Nigeria gears up for a cleaner and healthier environment. And I think that's all in my teacup.
I almost screamed, yay!
But
I don't know why.
What happened next? I told you, and I feel like a prophet.
Oh, please,
you guys are not giving my
take
due
the
regard.
mantle.
I said that a lot of times, especially with the Nigerian context or African context, the governments will come out with the harshest thing.
Yeah.
And then people will scream
back
and say, no, let's do it like this, let's do it like this, and then they'll pull back. And that's what Lagos State said. They've given a 3-week moratorium for businesses to sort themselves out. So that's what we're seeing. So now those 3 weeks are going to soon come and go, but a lot of people are really worried about how the economic impact on a situation in a time like this.
Because
Nigeria is hard.
People have imported. Honestly, some people that sell this styrofoam, they probably have a warehouse full of them.
I mean,
so
just,
they really
just
need to consider
think about the women on the street that are selling food. Think
Yes,
about
so-
because that's
rice
what they
on the
5
corner.
naira, 50 naira.
Yes.
That's what they use. So it's kind of like, you know how we said last time that we start with this big idea, this big decision.
and
we don't think it through,
now
and then
think
we start
back.
backtracking and then plugging in the loopholes. And at that point, you've already the damage has already been done.
Yeah,
But this brings me back, it will take us back to my own childhood, when mommy will give us plastic to go and buy rice for mama rice to go to school.
But the plastic, even with the issues it has, at least it was multi-use.
Yes, that the plastics are multi-use.
Over and over.
And let's go back to
styrofoam.
it. It'll be fun to see
Well,
Tolu
see-
carrying nylon.
What-
Mega
what-
chicken.
But there are coolers these days now,
But
Lolo.
all the same, she'll still carry a paper bag. I want to see it. I'm looking forward to it.
He's how you know you have enemies. It's all right. I need to take us on a break because me and Lolo have some things to settle off the scene. But we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we have one of the women who kept Nigerian social media abuzz for year after year. She's joining us. And do I want to give the name out now or make them wait? They've helped me.
They did.
You've helped me.
They did.
Live in the spotlight, Kora Obidi is going to join us. And yes, we are going to go there. So stick around. Jasiri comes up after the break. Welcome back to Jasiri, the place for bold conversations. Now remember, you can join the conversation live on social media at New Central TV and hashtag Jasiri. Now, to an outsider, life in the spotlight is enticing. The luxury lifestyles of those in showbiz is the envy of many, especially with the far-reaching tentacles of social media. However, living in the spotlight can also be challenging. Not only can it be isolating, but it also opens you up to public scrutiny.
People you will never meet believe that they have a say in what you eat, what you wear, who you date, how you dress, how you show up in public spaces, and more. You can quickly become public enemy number one in the moment you go against the expectations of your virtual fans.
So what we know is that fame does not come cheap, and even navigating life in the spotlight means you're constantly playing a complex game of hide and seek. But thankfully, we have brought out our next guest out of hiding to really get into some of the issues that she's been known for. So we're going to promise you today a conversation that is intimate, undiluted, and genuinely straight from the heart. Now that we've whet your appetites and we've let you know what's up next, let's put a round of applause together for our guest who's joining us right now on Jasiri. We have singer, songwriter, dancer, and actor Kora Obidi. We had to get you to know.
Oh my God.
No, I know Blessings is watching right now. She's like, no.
Why this week am I on leave? No.
It's all right. So Kora, welcome to Jasiri.
There's so much power on this table.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Feel it, you know?
Yes.
It's like
you.
3 women with very high valued opinions. I just feel
Welcome.
like there's a lot of power.
Thank
my
you.
God.
Thank you.
I felt the Zen moment. I was about to go into my yoga space.
All right, Kora, let's start. It's going to be heavy because we really do want you to have an opportunity. Oh, see her expression. We really do want you to have an opportunity to state your side on some things. But looking back on this, your rise to fame and all of that, would you do things differently going by the experiences you've had and some of the situations that you've sort of found yourself involved in? What would you do differently if you had an opportunity to still rise to fame, but with the experience and the knowledge you have now?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
I have 0 regrets. I live with none. I have no reason to look back in regret. Everything happened for a reason. And if you ask me, everything happened so much so that I am able to be at this level at this time. And if I wasn't put through all that, I would not learn some essential truths about life that I now navigate life with. So, yeah.
What are the essential truths? 1 or 2?
Well, first of all, you only live once. Anybody can collect. Anybody.
Yes. Oh my God.
Anybody can collect.
Breakfast does not care about your ancestors. If you are doing something wrong in a relationship, and if it doesn't matter your, status in society or whatever, you could be dumped. Yeah.
Wow, that was just hitting me like, okay, I feel that, very empowered. A lot of people have seen you dance and, you're very great at it. But this particular video that had me holding my tummy like, Korra, this is you auditioning for Americans, so you think you can dance. I love the show.
Let's watch it.
What was your state of mind on that day?
Wait, how many months pregnant were you?
I was.
Those pimples, honestly.
Thank you. First off, I was thinking, am I just gonna go, doing this? I have to do something that would,
Get the attention.
knock the dance inside people's memory. So this was a last minute thing.
Okay.
I did not plan to do a full split. In fact, I remember talking to my ex-spouse and was strongly advised against
How
it.
to do it.
And in the spur of the moment, I was just like,
Please.
Wow.
But everything happened great. My water didn't break. And if
Honestly, I'm thankful.
Lola was holding her tummy.
No. I'm a big fan of that show, right? And I remember watching this particular audition, and I was like, what in the world? I could literally feel their, like the anxiety, like how brave, could you have been? But let's stay on your dance, because you talk about in another interview you've done, you've talked about it several times, where dancing and you were dancing in secret because of your parents. And I'm just wondering, why was dance a taboo in your household? And at what point did you begin to feel comfortable to come out of the shadows?
that is not the truth.
Okay.
That is not factual. I love Nigerian media, but they will take your talk and they will twist it. And I never hid my dance. I would say that my family is a very conservative one. I grew up in Deeper Life Bible Church.
Wow.
Yes. I had no holes in my ear until I was 14 years old.
And now how many do you have?
No,
I have holes in places you don't want to. stop someone from doing what they want.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, you revolt,
create an
especially when you
extremist.
get your freedom.
Pastor's child here.
Wow.
We understand. PK.
But of course, PK.
We have the nastiest fantasies because you just feel so all the time constrained.
And like sort of, it felt like the time you were supposed to have some of that exploration, you didn't.
Yeah.
And then so
Now
when you're
you're
free, you're woo!
and then you
over the
might
place.
not you might not have control over
Yeah.
like the boundaries, as opposed to when you were younger, you make your mistakes, and you're older, then
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But when you're old and making the mistakes, and
It's much more
people are like,
difficult.
she's a full-blown adult, we can't tell her what to do, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't make any mistakes. Let's just say that I expressed my not having holes by having holes. But no, it was never a taboo.
Okay.
It was just not, you know.
It was just
wake up
not
in the
just
morning.
encouraged.
Encouraged, yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be a lawyer. It was obvious that I was like what is this thing I gave birth to? Among my siblings, I was waking up like this. I was dancing all the time. And I was like, I was that child. So my mother was just like, you probably will be a lawyer or like a teacher or like something very expressive. But she never knew that, you know, I would
Dance
end up
was
like
So
dancing.
what is it now with them? How do they feel now?
My father was
I see
in
daddy
my
in every
music
video.
video.
I see daddy in the videos. Yeah,
My daddy
dancing.
wants to be in my videos now.
Really?
Wow.
You know, my father is like, I think he called them boomers.
Yes,
He's
the
really-
baby boomer
Yeah.
generation.
He's like very sought after right now. Like all the women want him. And he's divorced.
Zaddy. So daddy is daddy is become a zaddy.
As he got his daddy now.
Daddy, my mom died, leaving him single. And then he got into another relationship and she just like disappeared and went to America. And then he felt heartbroken. So I was kind of trying to make him feel happy through social media. Social media gives me a lot of joy.
Right.
And it also gives me a lot of angst and a lot of
We're gonna get into that.
So in order to make my father feel better, I started to like maybe try to incorporate him. And then I'll tell him all the positive comments and he'll be like, they say that? And so he really liked that, and then boom, he just became really sought after.
He's the zaddy.
I wonder if that has also sort of made you guys closer as well. Like, has it affected?
Yeah, and they say be careful because you know he's getting older. But
Yeah, spend as much time.
Yeah, but we have gotten like ridiculously close. It's sad.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
I think the next question I want to ask, because on this table, I think I'm qualified to ask it. Yeah. Let's talk about your marriage. I know that's like,
Please, I need a shot of her face. I need a shot.
Yeah.
Let's get a shot of her
let's
face
talk
as we're asking this
about,
question.
you know, her marriage. I know you married an Oyibo guy, you know, fine guy. You know, we know now, that time I used to dance salsa. She was always coming to teach us salsa. You know, very expressive girl. I'm your fan.
I'm not Spaniel.
Yeah, but you know, there's still many issues around intertribal marriages in Nigeria. But you went straight across
jumped
the
the
globe.
ocean.
Honestly,
swam
did you?
across it.
Let's even start from the basics. Did you face any resistance from your family, or at what point did you feel like, I want to go ahead with this? I mean, what I want. What else?
I will say that at the point, the way my mind was set up, if you had stopped me, you would have been excommunicated.
Was that a form of rebellion? Because
Yes. So it was like the way I was like moving then, it was like, this is what I want, and if you don't want it, then you can't be with me. You can't talk to me, you can't. That was like the energy, you know? And in retrospect, I think that was a red flag, you know? But it was something that I didn't notice. But yeah, my father kind of knew that he had to be okay with it, you know? And my sisters were like, your decision, you know? My brother was like, wow, not just like someone that doesn't look like daddy, but like someone that is not the same race as daddy, you know? But yeah, I'm so grateful for everything.
So we'll get back to that retrospect, but I want to ask, because as public as your, I think, courting to marriage was, you of course having your children and everything, so too was your divorce. And when everything fell apart, you admitted to having an affair before you left Nigeria to live with him. And there are social commentary and social conversations that happen a lot. Some people think that it was a mistake for you to admit that women are taught to be forgiving of cheating, but a lot of times men are not.
They don't reciprocate.
And it was somewhere like, okay, that was literally the beginning of the end, your admission on that. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a social
to have?
Yes, like for men being able to take it if they do find out that their woman is cheating and being able to move forward, choosing to actively forgive and move forward in the relationship.
Now that I'm thinking about it right now, if I had not said what I said, if I had not come through with my truth, it wouldn't have brought out all the truth that came to light. Because, as you saw in the blogs, after I admitted to that, he admitted to a lot of things, you know? So it was like we were both doing these things, and we would have been living in a lie to please the public, you know? And how long can you do that? So I would never regret saying, hey, before I came to America, I was having commitment issues, and I was like, whoa, this is like the only man I'm gonna sleep with for the rest of my life, you know? And so, yeah, I dabbled, as you know, in my book. I admitted to it openly. And a lot of people insulted my destiny for it, but at the end of the day, I will never live with secrets. They kill. So you're not doing secrets. In fact, I'm so secretless now that people are starting to say, gosh, Kora, you're like a little bit too blunt. I can't take it. You're a little too honest. But that is how I've chosen to live, because I've seen the other side and I'm not interested.
So, you know, you mentioned retrospect, and I said we'd get there. When you look back on your marriage, we'll move away from that in a moment anyway. But when you look back on your marriage, do you think did you guys really have a chance to succeed? Or do you think you played any role in possibly the marriage ending or lasting as long as it did, when you really sit back in a corner of your room and you think about everything that happened between you and your husband? And your ex?
For now, let me put this out. I don't want to be the divorced girl. That is played out. I want to be Kora, the woman who is thriving after divorce. You know, all of these amazing music videos. My first hit song was after divorce, you know. Liberation, you know. I don't want that. I don't want pictures like that, because this is not my future. My future is ahead. However, I cannot deny what has happened, and it was so big that it's too big to be ignored. I have played very important roles in the destruction of my marriage. I have also played very important roles in the lasting of the marriage. I've played very important roles in the monies that were made during marriage and even after marriage with the circus that happened. I have played many roles. I would not say, ooh, it had nothing to do with me, that's stupid, because it's two parties and we both had things to do with it. However, this is not my future. I am not Kora the girl that divorced. I do remember that girl that divorced. No, I'm Kora the artist, the singing dancing princess from the motherland that is wasting every day. Guys, go see my track record since divorce. I can't lie.
Kora, you know, a lot of people will say this, you're like the new woman, kind of, that just likes to live free and just do her things her own way, set her life the way she wanted, breaking every norm and just forming your own universe.
You know what? I think that I am, and I love my new universe. It's like
a metamorphosis. What is it that butterfly caterpillars?
Metamorphosis.
When they shed.
Let's even talk about lighter topics.
Before you even, I want to ask, because you were talking about being secretless and living life openly.
Free.
And now in the newsroom, there's something that we call NTBB, which means not to be broadcast. And I know that we live in a digital world now. Social media has made everything so open, and you literally don't have any privacy anymore. But why do celebrities feel like they need to broadcast everything? And I know how much you've said how much you love to live in the open, but do you think you can live in the spotlight but under the radar?
Please, before you answer that question, there's a video, very specifically because of this situation, there's a video I want to go and look for, and I'd like us to look at that video, and then Kora is going to answer her. Please, let's play that video. Or him. Steve Chooks.
Oh.
Anytime soon?
Yeah. We want the
While
video.
doing that, yes.
Me and this person have gone our separate ways. We would appreciate if you can respect our private. you come out and say, oh, I and this person have gone our separate ways. We would appreciate if you can respect our what?
So let me just explain so you can answer Bookie's question. So he talks about celebrity couples who open joint YouTube, joint Instagram accounts. You're teaching us how you cook for your husband for 7 minutes, how you keep the house. And then all of a sudden, if you're breaking up, you're saying, please respect our privacy. He says, what? Because he says, I've spent data, I've spent my time, I've become invested in your relationship, and now you want privacy. No, I want to know who broke it up, who cheated, if somebody didn't cheat. So you want to be secretless, but some privacy. What do you think about that when celebrities say respect our privacy?
I'm a public figure. And if you want to be a public figure, first define what a public figure is. Who is a public figure? The moment I decide that I want to be a celebrity, I have lost the right to my privacy.
Look in that direction because you're looking at me.
You are no longer private. So when you're eating the money that comes with the fame, realize that the money is coming at the cost of your privacy. Now, to your question, why do celebrities feel the need to share every micro detail of their lives? Some people are born quiet. Some people are born loud and in your faces. You do not get to choose that. Some people really enjoy sharing every micro detail, and some people don't. And I think fans already know the celebrities that like to share. They know the ones that they just want to act their movie and go back into their little cocoon. They know. When you find that celebrity, you hold on to them the way you see them. As for me, I will share my shitting experience if you let me.
Language.
Oh, okay, sorry. I will fart. I fart on my lives all the time. I will do I do anything. Because the truth is, when I leave this world, I want to be so empty and so known and so remembered for my truest self. Nothing else. I don't want any the can be when I'm being paid for it. But my social media has to be my true reflection of myself. I share these details, making sure that I'm sharing just me, aware of my environment. I will never put my phone like this on somebody that is not interested in it. You know, it's my personal space, but you see, between me and my fans, it's a very weird relationship. And that's why I always say, hey, anybody that I'm going to date, if I'm ever marrying again, you have to know
that this is the life.
This is what I come with.
This is what I come with. I come with 12 million people that really love me. Some people who love me to the extent that they hate me just to get my attention. Like that's how, beautiful and dynamic the relationship is. And I've embraced it. I accept it.
So you said if you ever marry, but you also said if you ever marry again, so you have not closed the possibility of remarrying.
Oh no, I'm young. Okay. I'm like in my early 30s. Like I'm gonna have a long time to choose. And I'm so open right now that I could even marry any sex.
Wow. Korra took us over the rainbow. Okay, let me bring us back. Let me send it. All right, Korra.
That is on live national TV.
A lot of
hair in Africa. I just want to remind you.
I don't want to break any tables, but
no, break it.
Jasiri is breakable.
And I'm open. I'm open-minded. I'm open to love. Love is a beautiful thing.
And love doesn't have any gender for you.
I know that is a huge topic in Nigeria. Oh my God, she's now into this. Hey! Love is genderless. Love has no gender. I'm not saying wow, you're so cute. No.
But I know I'm married,
But the thing about being open and living like this is
you experience much more.
Yes.
I get that.
Oh my God,
I hear that.
When I look at
in the last 2 years, I have not experienced this much in my entire life.
Wow. When I look at Korra, sometimes I'm reminded of the early 60s when you had that flower child, when
the
they
Woodstocks.
that they just go about in the woods with flower in their hair and they're just living their life. But let's just talk about something that maybe cuts across all women, like something that I need to just know what your opinion on it is, because I've seen you in some very raunchy videos, maybe music videos, dance videos. Women are featured all the time. and I know you've, performed, you perform on stage, you've been in videos and everything. What's your opinion about, the way the music industry actually objectifies women and maybe sexualizes them without maybe a particular reason?
From time immemorial, we have all known that sex, can I say that? Sex?
Yes, we're grown. We're adults.
Sex sells.
Yeah.
The music industry is an industry that is commercial and focused on money and profitability and sustainability, scalability. And blessed as we are as women, we are very beautiful. And once we are beautiful, and a beautiful thing is to be, explored, appreciated, desired. That desire is what is monetized.
Right.
It's monetizable, and it's monetized. And the music industry, one of the biggest, most profitable industries in Nigeria, is that way because of the people who have decided to go after all of this profitability, cutthroats, and like that. It is what it is.
But what would you say is your own boundary? Because a lot of time when we talk about objectifying women, that means sometimes people access you in ways you don't want it. So how do we want to deal with that, divide? Like me, I believe that dance is an art form. When you're performing, I don't just see Korra. Sometimes I'm reading your expression, what you're trying to get. But when it now comes to groping and maybe things you don't want, so how do you want women to be able to have a career as a dancer, but still keep a boundary for decency?
Personal boundaries, contracts. Hey, this is what I can do, this is what I will not do. Like for me, the first time in my entire professional career that I've ever been caught on camera kissing another man was in my music video. And that was like a personal boundary that I crossed. I have never done that expressly. Kissed another man in my music video. I did it underwater. Underwater, and it was barely a kiss. It was like bubbles.
Yes, I saw it.
Because that
mermaid, one mermaid and the merman.
Because that was my boundary. Every actress, every entertainer,
Every
has
artist
has their personal boundary.
yeah.
Like for my friend, she's like, you can show my back, but as soon as you get to my titties, you can never show my titties. That's her boundary. For me, you can show my nyash. You can do whatever. Oh, sorry, how did my friend?
Artists are set.
We said honesty. We said honesty. We said undiluted.
We
and we're
apologize.
delivering.
We apologize.
I'm sorry. Because the thing is, just have your personal boundaries. Once you betray them, you're not working for long.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yes. Awesome. Look, we can sit here, we can
Yes.
talk and talk and talk, but you're still with us because we're going into our next segment. But that is our very first Life in the Spotlight with Kora Obidi. I think we should make this a regular. Let's take this.
We'll take this offset.
Yeah. But let's go for another quick break because we need to arrange ourselves for what's coming next. Kora's still with us, and we're still here immediately after this break. It's Hot Topics right after this.
Welcome back. It's time for the juice of the day. You know it. It's Hot Topics, and everything must be hot. This one is a thread. A lady shared her ordeal at sugar weddings on Instagram, asking for advice on a situation she found herself. The gist is long, but we have to read it for context. So please, Tolu, help me. Read it.
I'm going to give you the abridged, contextual version, very quick version, but really just starts off saying that I've been married to my husband for 5 years now, and before we married, I already had a son from my previous marriage. When I met my current husband, my son's father had passed away, and I was still in mourning. He made me feel safe and showed me love. My problem now is he makes my son feel left out on a lot of things. We have 2 beautiful daughters together, and I love all my children equally, but my husband only does things for our girls. So basically, she's saying while they were, courting and in the early days of their marriage, she thought he was just trying to adjust, but that has now deteriorated, and it's affecting her son to the point where he doesn't even want to come out or be around everyone, and he has become a very quiet child.
So what caused the fight, this big fight that made her come to social media, is that they're planning a family vacation. And the husband comes and says, "Oh, I'm about to buy tickets we're going to drop off your son, we're going to drop off the boy with your mother whilst we and the rest of the family go on holiday. And she's like,
Kora's rubbing her forehead. Why?
So now she wants to know if she's overreacting, and she's asking for advice on what to do. And Korra, I will start with you.
See, this is why I said I'm not going to get married again.
No, you said you were open.
Now, you just said you were open.
You said you are open.
And it comes with this cup of tea.
Open.
Imagine if I marry somebody, then they'll not start treating my babies and making them feel left out. That man knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wow, she just said it like that.
Yeah, she just dropped it like it's hot.
I think I would say that I think she left it too long.
Yeah.
She must
To
have
address
noticed that this man, even from their courting, you know, when I'm single and I've dated a couple of times. If you see a man isolating your kids, then you know this can work. But she went ahead and married him and had children by him until the children were grown enough for that boy to notice the isolation.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know what she's doing. You know, this is how societies get broken.
Yeah.
That boy is already broken a boy. Now he's going to need therapy. He's going to need focus. He's going to need readjustment. And she's still in the marriage. So how do we see a way out for this young boy?
I feel like, you know, this is how, so is it psychopaths or
Yes,
sociopaths?
serial killers and all that.
This is how they
formed.
are formed. This is
Yes.
how they are born.
So this is the, you know, in that nature versus nurture, this
Yes.
is the nature
Classic.
part, the
This is
environment
This
part
is the
of it.
environment part of it.
First things first, therapy.
Yeah.
The boy needs therapy. That man, if he's not going to have change in behavior, needs to be separated from that boy. That's it. That's my
Yeah.
So what happens?
But what about
so
the marriage?
So I saw some of the comments. Some of the comments were like, she should go ahead and pay for the boy's ticket herself.
What?
The moment she starts paying for the boy's ticket herself, everything that has to do with that boy,
She's going to have
becomes
her
her
It's not just about
responsibility.
paying for the ticket. It's about inclusion.
Inclusion.
So even if she pays for the ticket,
The next
how
time,
about the
yeah.
inclusion in the
So
vacation?
let's not forget that his father died. So as a young boy, he's already had the primary male figure in his
Yes.
life leave him.
Suffered
Now a
loss.
secondary male figure who he lives under his house, who's supposed to be responsible for
And
him,
he's supposed to be
is
responsible for
rejecting
him.
him. So
Yeah.
he's going to have issues most likely with male authority and oversight. If the mother is not careful and she allows this to continue, and the girls also know, these children are children, they might
course.
manipulate the situation because they know their father prefers them to his stepson. So then you have a situation of resentment.
Of course.
You're not going to live forever. These children are siblings. They need to be able to be siblings for the rest of their lives. You're already affecting their relationship. It's
I want to even
bad.
go
It's
back
dicey.
to her the beginning of her statement where she was saying, you know, my husband died or my son's father died. This man made me feel safe and whatnot. There's some
single
there's some
mothers.
issues
Where is
with
Viola
that.
when we need her?
She has to come and talk about blended families
Yes.
because she's in a blended family. And when you hear the way she describes it, how the relationship and the dynamic works, how it's supposed to work, and how, you know, you're joining this family with this family. There, first of all, there is your son, your sons, your husbands, or your husband,
the old in-laws.
In-laws
Yes,
are
your
still
old-
still there. Then there's this one with his own family and with his own dynamics. So the dynamic is
intricacies are too many.
complex.
Have you ever been in a blended family? Like maybe just like taking like dinner.
Yes.
Yes.
What is the environment? What's the energy?
It's often very easy to see that everybody's not the
It's
same.
not the same.
I'm from a polygamous home. So from the time I was young, I already know what difference is, even from how we're outfitted.
Right.
My mom is the first wife, and my younger ones, there are times that my stepmom would have to show off what she has for her girls that my daddy didn't consider buying for me.
Right.
So it's that difference is always there. So honestly, for you to choose a blended family, it takes a lot of thought.
And I think we also need to also note something. Single mothers, there are actually
very
men
vulnerable.
who they want to feel loved.
that's what I'm saying, they're vulnerable.
I don't say they're gullible. They're vulnerable.
vulnerable.
Yes, there are men who actually go after single
Yes,
mothers.
because they think you're vulnerable.
Yes,
I
because you
totally
think you're
identify. I
vulnerable.
can't wait for a day that we're going to be able to have a very serious adult conversation Because dating as a single mom, sometimes you're dating from your vulnerability
Wow.
and your need for companionship.
Say that again.
Oh, God.
No, you're
Words
preaching a
on
word.
marble.
No, you're preaching a
Words
word.
on
Say it again. Say it
marble.
again. Say it
You know,
again.
you're dating from your vulnerability. And sometimes men just think you need them. And from
They're
that,
doing you a
they're doing you a favor.
Wait. You remember one word when Jasiri was the old Jasiri, love bombing. They will love bomb you.
Yeah, we love
so
bomb.
you think all of a sudden this person is just calling, they're sending you all the money and everything. They're trying to snatch you in.
We need to
the moment
discuss
you are in.
That's when you know.
If you decide to take experientials. Oh, Jasiri, I think we'll have to put it out on our social media because we need to get experientials. Because the day we discuss this particular topic, we're going to be taking a lot of experientials of what you guys tell us. Because I'm in that bracket. I'm even older than Korra. Let me even tell you, age is even a differentiation. What she's going to experience as a younger woman that is divorced with children is different from what an older woman experiences divorced with children. Honestly, I'm roaring to go.
You're ready? So, Korra, we have to come back to you. You talked about separation. In this particular situation, some people are straight up telling her divorce.
Yes.
You need to bring all your children together and be responsible for them and love them under your own roof.
Fight for your child.
But there have been situations where even if they divorce, the man will come and pick up his 2 daughters and completely X the boy out. Is it divorce? Is it separation? Is it family meeting? What is it?
One thing I love about Nigeria, my people, we will take something, everybody will be the judge, the jury, and this is a classic case of $1,000 in family therapy, personal kid therapy for the child, communal activities, maybe if there was social welfare, some family, interference. They would teach them group games. They would teach them, because before you know, that's a blended family.
And couples therapy
and couples therapy, of course. So, but breaking the family, come on. Divorce, come on. I mean, I'm a product of divorce. Everything that we use, the money did not work. But I'm just saying, let's see what that does.
That does.
And then
but then that's if he's willing to go to therapy. That's if he actually sees that there is a problem.
Another thing is
that's another thing, because I mean you can't force.
The thing is,
you can't force people to go to therapy.
Honestly, they need to have individual therapy because some men have trauma. They don't even know they do. You know, it's a different thing to recognize that you have an issue. That's the first thing. Because you can't seek solution if you don't agree that there is a problem.
So at the end of the day, they're going on a family vacation. So does she stay at home with her son? Does she buy him a ticket so they can all go? Or does she tell him, you know what, carry that vacation and go? My children, including the son and the 2 girls, are going nowhere.
Yes, that's my option.
Yeah.
Cancel the vacation, carry your vacation. My kids stay here. I'll take
Nobody's going on vacation.
You want to go by yourself, but if we're not
taking
going,
my children.
Yeah, if we're not
on the vacation issue, Korra.
I would say, I mean, since you need parental consent for all kids to go.
No, if the guy is traveling, he doesn't need consent from the mother. Please, we'll come to that story as well. I know the Minister of Interior is working on that too.
I mean, I would say his daughters
should go with him.
Go with him, and then I buttress my point that you're really, really isolating my son by staying back
with my son.
All right,
it has been a fantastic show. We've laughed, we've talked. The only thing that Korra has not made us do is actually cry.
But before we go, so let's can we sneak that in?
You have 30
this
seconds.
next whole topic is just all shades of hypocrisy, and I hate what I don't like. Nollywood actress Cheesy Alichi has come under attack because she was seen locking lips passionately with a fellow actor in a recent movie. What's the issue? She's married. Is that double standard or what? Kara, what do you think?
See how Korra is looking at the scene.
That's great acting. Okay. I was buying it. She's a great actress. What are you guys talking about?
The issue is that she's married.
The guy's married too.
No, but that's what Nigerians are hopping on right now. You're married. Why are you kissing?
So he's married.
Yes, I know, but I'm just telling you that's the problem.
But I don't understand.
I love my people.
I will slap you. How are you picking problem by gender? 2 married people are acting and they're kissing. Why is it only the woman?
The challenge.
Married too?
Yes. But the challenge I have, honestly, it's the hypocrisy for me for Nigerians.
It is.
We take this, acting is a craft, which we all need to understand.
So should it be single women that are kissing?
But if you are in a movie and you see the scene and you agree to it,
This is Lolo's
It's
fault.
part of it.
It's not about that. No, wait.
Let us
we are
be
going.
We're
Wait, it's
going.
not about that because I know we are going. But it's not about that because
They are both married.
yes, they are both
But
married.
did you see the script before you took it?
Hello, we're leaving you. You see, this is why you need to watch Jasiri, 10 a.m. West African time, right here on News Central. Before these two jump across the table, don't forget to follow us on social media at News Central TV and use the hashtag Jasiri. And we're going to be doing something with Korra that's going on social media. So you need to head to our social media timelines and see if we can keep up with the Queen of Dance. Bye.
Bye-bye.